Happy friggin' Saturday, everybody, from coast to coast, from sea to shining sea. It's Saturday, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, here in the Mile High, the Spyderco capital of the world. Or is that Taiwan? How's it going, you crazy animals? If you're wondering how I'm doing, it's been rough. A week and a half ago, I got sick, and I was so close to just being completely over it. And then my wonderful daughter got me sick again. So if you see me reaching for the water like multiple times tonight, that's why. If my voice sounds muffled or strained, that's why. I did take a tablespoon of olive oil before the live to see if it would help, but yeah, who knows? Maybe it'll add some more gravel. I think people say that they like gravelly voices. Maybe. I don't know. What I do know is that it's been a hell of a week. It's been a whole 7 days since I've seen you guys last, or at least seen you appear in the chat. It's weird to say that I can't wait to see you again, because I don't actually see you. Like, you see me and I see the chats. So if you want to say hi in the chat. Shout out to the first person in there. Shout out to Night Rare. He says our pocket jewelry is meant to be worn. Yeah, I wear pocket jewelry. There are days where I go the whole day without cutting a damn thing. It's okay. The whole point of carrying a knife is because you sometimes you need it, sometimes you don't, but it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. I digress. What's up, Knight? Good to see you, man. Thanks for being a channel member. Shout out to Top Dog, says looking forward to the live. Me too, man. Me too. Now that they're only once a week, temporarily only once a week, I feel like a lot of time has passed between each live stream. It's okay. I've been able to get out some great content. Got a new piece of content out there today. Thanks for linking it in the chat, Top Dog. Yeah. I'll skip to the punchline. This guy has a Spyderco Para 3 lightweight CPM 15V blade. This is my beloved modified Spyderco Para 3. And Spyderco says not compatible with Para 3, only lightweight. It's like, where there's a will, there's a way, and it's actually not that difficult. I won't speak for all Spyderco lightweight knives though, or even all lightweight Para 3s, because I've seen some people have issues. Maybe it was the way that they used to do them and they've changed it now. I'm not sure, but I am very glad that I was able to do a blade swap and get some CPM 15V going on this guy. Really excited about that, especially with, Crucible, soon to be kicking the bucket. Thanks, Crucible. Apparently, according to Niagara Specialty Metals, they have enough stock for a long time and they won't run out. And hopefully, even if Crucible does go under, they make it possible for other companies to utilize the trademarks, so we can continue to get MagnaCut. I don't know. What's up, Ground Fog? Welcome in. Good to see you. Shout out to TC Blades. Thanks for being a channel member, brother. He says, I am marking off my area. Do it. Let's see. Gas Station Knives. Thanks for being a channel member. Welcome in. Ed B, another channel member. He says, there's a fine line between fishing and standing on the shore like an idiot. I mean, is it intent? Because you could be fishing and not catch anything and still be standing on the shore like an idiot. Maybe that was your point. That might have been your point. I definitely don't know what that's like. Every time I fish, I always hit every fishing spot, every fishing hole. Always. What's up, Marco? Welcome in. Welcome into Wicked Dream Designs. Good to see you, man. Jim Miller in the house. Thanks for being a channel member. Good to see you as well. Ian Coates, give it up for another channel mod in the house. Says, hey, everybody. I hope you're all having a great day, especially Ed B. I hope he's having the best day ever. Well, I'm sure now he is. Paul Mills, welcome in. Thanks for being a channel member. Josh 304, good to see you. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Come on, chat. Let's go. I'm scrolling as fast as I can. Ed Durbin, another channel member in the house. Good to see you, man. Ian says, this is a family stream. No chaw in these. Yeah. That's easy for me. I don't chew. I only swallow my food. It's an awful joke. That's an awful joke. You can tell I'm out of it. What's up, M King? Good to see you. He says, I like, in fact, that we do this in mountain time. Are you in Colorado or Utah or Wyoming or Idaho? Also, apparently parts of Arizona. All right. Welcome into Anthony Kitchen and Rainey. Good to see you too. Let's go. Lone Star Towboy in the house says carry of the day is the Miguron Valona. Nice. Welcome into Drinkwater. Thanks for being a channel member. Ian says, is it true you're handing out complimentary Ederatis, Rollshambo? I don't have one. I don't think anybody has one. Not even the big boys get Spyderco. Spyderco does not collaborate with anybody. You know who Spyderco collaborates with? The bank. That's it. He's if you don't know what the Edgerati is, you may not have caught the recent release from Spyderco. They're going, and they're not available yet, but you can actually pre-order them at Blade HQ, I believe. The Edgerati is a new knife from Spyderco that's going to be releasing soon. I don't know. Could be, tomorrow, could be 6 months from now. We don't know. I have a feeling it'll probably be somewhere around Blade Show would be my guesstimate. But it's a new American-made model with skeletonized aluminum handle scales that looks interesting. Just like everybody else, I will try to get one. TC Blade says throat coat tea. I just don't like the flavor of throat coat tea, I'll be honest. Like, it doesn't do anything for me. Gas Station Knife says booger smoothies will boost your immune system. Yeah, it's kind of like learning by falling forward, right? It's like, I had no idea. I wasn't supposed to touch the hot stove top. And now with my burned hand, I do. It's crazy town. Let's go. Lone Star says, I go weeks without a decent stab. No geisha, no drama. Ed Durbin says, you can tell it's me when you see the 4,000 Edyards in the video. This is true. If anyone wants some context, join the members only Discord or whatever Discord Ed is in. He's got crazy lanyards in all of his photos. It's pretty cool. Gas Station Knife says, I like my kickstop chop. Does it break in? It's pretty easy to fail and a bit limp on the detent, but very premium fit and finish. Great question. So I will say this. Does it break in? Yes. I have messed around with it a little bit. I took it apart. Not hard to take apart. I'm going to do my video on this soon, but it actually reminds me of the Chavez kickstop in a lot of ways, because that one I couldn't necessarily push button either. This one I can't. I kind of can, kind of can't. My suggestion: take it apart, clean off all the factory lube or whatever they use. I don't know if like they use KY jelly to lube these things. Clean it off, alcohol wipes, the whole nine. And then just play with it, man. The action on here is not the best deployment flipper tab action that I've ever felt. It's highly enjoyable to me because it's extremely smooth. It is very quick too, especially once it breaks in. Something that I like to do to help break in that detent ball path is I'll hold the lock bar when it's partially engaged and just work it. Watching a show, working it. Work it. And it'll help wear in that track. And it's very, very smooth on the close. I have one tiny suggestion for them, and I don't know if people would actually like that. I think they should have made this about 1 millimeter longer. Just 1 millimeter longer, and it would have given a lot more leverage on it. But as you can see, like I'm at the point now where I can push button it. Can I fail it? Yeah. I don't know, man. But I feel like you've got to intentionally want to fail it. You know, like if you're deploying it with the intent to deploy it, you're not going to fail it. The action is extremely smooth, and the fit and finish is really high quality. For 200 bucks, this is insane how good this is. If you like kickstop knives with the Lee Williams kickstop, I'm going to have a review out on this soon. This is the Kickstop Chop by North Mountain Blades. This one is the frag pattern. It's full titanium. They also have carbon fiber and fat carbon versions and ceramic carbon fiber versions, which are pretty cool too. I've got to say, I'm extremely impressed with this for 200 bucks. There's very, very, very few knives out there that I would put in the same ballpark as this as far as quality is concerned. I will say flipper tab could have been 1 millimeter longer. 1 millimeter longer. North Mountain Blades, if you're watching, now you know. Love it. Knives Are Life, good to see you. Welcome in. TC Blade says, Shambo, I need those scales and clip. You can get the clip at Lynch Northwest. The scales are from Rock Scale Design. This is their hexy pattern, and they don't offer this specifically on their website, but if you reach out to them on Instagram and you say, hey, can I get this scale pattern for this knife, but I want it done this way, they'll do custom jobs for you. They were willing to take this on a request from me, and they were able to send me a PayPal invoice last year when I ordered these, and I'm very, very satisfied. I think that the price for doing some custom work, because I call it custom because it was done on request, was extremely fair. So I've seen some people's where they have this set up, but with different colored ano. I would love to see what it would be like if these, instead of a satin flat, it was more of a mirror polished. Mirror polished titanium is so cool. I mean, not that it would matter. The moment I get my greasy mitts on it, it's not going to be mirror polished anymore. Because I've got to hold it, right? Ian says, Roll, I need you to take on the Edera. I will. If I get the opportunity to, I will. I know, because here's the thing, like, not everyone was super impressed with the Bodacious, right? Many people, like, for example, myself, saw that and said, you know, for 260 bucks, 280 bucks, I don't feel the need to get another Shaman in S30V. Why is it that you can get, you know, the CPM 15V Spydercos for way less than that? I have no idea. But apparently the Edera is supposed to be more reasonably priced as well. And I say more reasonably and not less expensive, because 220 bucks is still expensive. But it's going to be an American-made knife, not a Taiwan collaboration, which is huge because we haven't seen that many new knife designs from Spyderco in a while. So this is cool, and I've got to check it out. So will I get one? Yes. When will it be? No clue. Maybe I can collaborate with a retailer that will have them in stock and see if they'll let me buy it early. Maybe. I mean, I don't get Spydercos for free. Nobody's sending me a Spyderco for free, but maybe a retailer out there will just like give me the nudge and say, hey, they're going live on this date. If you want to buy early so you can put it out there, you can. That's going to be the only way, because otherwise people are just going to buy these like they're gonna sell out. I guarantee it. And we'll show a picture of an Edera here in a minute. Hold on. Anthony Kitchen says shouldn't feel weak, i.e. kickstop. It doesn't feel weak to me. But I couldn't push button open my Chavez Redemption 229 kickstop either. Now on this one, when you try to push button it, that's when I get it to fail. If I just do a regular light switch style, doesn't fail. Tight tolerances, very, very good fit and finish. Really good blade grind too. This thing is super slicey. But I wouldn't say that it's weak. Kevin C says, hey, caught alive, no more Wednesdays. We're on a winter schedule. And I put this out there a couple live streams ago, thinking that anybody that watches the live stream is going to see that because I announced it at the beginning and at the end of the live stream. I should just put it out there on the posts section of my YouTube channel, but I'm on a winter schedule. So the live stream action, at least for my channel, historically speaking, is usually kind of slow for the first 2 or 3 months of the year. So up until April, I'm only going live until 8 p.m. Saturdays. And that's going to give me more time to work on regular content and come out with more content. If you hear that in the background, that's my daughter going to sleep. Oh, man. Anyways, so I'm using the first quarter of the year to dial in my content. I want to do more Steel Snobs content. I need to get through, my review table. And that's because I'm just taking advantage of the slower start to the year that I'm used to seeing. I don't know if I can make it until April, only doing one live a week. I may not. I reserve the right to rescind that winter schedule whenever. But if I do, I will inevitably let you guys know if I decide to go back to the 2 a week early. Latest being April. But until April, at least as of right now, only live on Saturdays at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. Hey, shout out to Vu Fam. We got the Instagram legend. Man has his own channel too. Make sure you go ahead and check out his channel. What's up, Vu? Good to see you, man. Miranda says, hey, Roll, I blade swapped my 15V lightweight with my micarta Para 3 today. It turned out so good, so smooth. Congratulations. If you have a donor knife, it makes it so easy. People wondering, on the lightweight Para 3, what's the difference? Blade looks exactly the same. At least on these it is. The difference is the lightweight version has a squared off pivot tube. Yeah. One washer, and the liners are way different. So if you have a donor knife, it works really easily. If not, and you just want to move your Para 3 lightweight blade over to, say, some custom Para 3 scales, specifically the Para 3 scales, you'd have to get a set of liners, which you can get for like $30 to $50 if you want to buy them on Etsy or even on Amazon. I found a set of replacement liners for the Para 3 on Amazon. Not that those are OEM liners. Spyderco also does not sell a parts kit, which I think is really dumb. But what you need is not the lanyard tube. You need the pivot tube. You need the liners and you need an extra washer because the lightweight only has one washer. Really weird, Spyderco, that you do that. But there you go. Or if you just want to keep the blade, just get a set of replacement scales that are meant for the Para 3 lightweight. There's a lot of really good aftermarket options out there. I might end up doing that on this one. I don't know. I don't really mind the FRN handles on this guy. This is my my S45 VM blade. Action on it is good. Ergos feel good. Not a whole lot of flex, which is good. Vu says, hope everyone is having a great Saturday. It's pretty good. Ian says, Edera is skeletonized clip point that I kind of want, but S30V though. Yeah. I sincerely hope that they don't stick with that. I have a feeling that Spyderco is trying to get through all of their S30V and they just have a backstock. Would not be surprised. Ed says, traditional medicinals throat coat is my go-to for throat issues. I love it so much I have 5 boxes of it in my kitchen right now. Might have to give that a shot. Ian says, just fire up a hot toddy. We're getting lit on the live stream. Every donation is a drink. You can't threaten me with a good time, Ian. Let's go. Ed says, I take crappy photos and have ugly lanyards. I'm a failure. Stop that. Just stop that. We both know that that's not true. Ian says, you can tell it's me when it's a Tri-Stash or a Chris Reeve knife. It's true. Vufam says, North Mountain Blade is Katsu. Are they? Are they? Because I actually asked them that question specifically before the first time that I worked with them was, and they said that they weren't. I don't believe they're the same company because they've told me that they're not. If you've got other information, you let me know. I did see that they were selling some designs that looked pretty much the same as what Katsu was doing. But when I asked them about that specifically, they were working with the same designer. Are they the same? They tell me no. They tell me no. I don't know. I just work here. Or a fastback. We finally got a Milwaukee fastback photo from Ian. It's pretty good. What's up, the Ponds? Good to see you, man. Welcome in. All right. I'm trying to catch up with the chat. Hey, shout out to Bluetooth Blades. Channel member for 9 months. He says some 15V dropping here lately. Yeah. Some 15V G10 pair of threes I heard dropped today. Really cool. What I'm really wanting is the 15V Yojimbo 2. I'm watching DLT like a hawk. I gotta have it. I have no idea when it's going to drop, but it will. Shout out to the Ponds, channel member for 5 months. It says this is Fiarta. What's up, Revolving Blades? Good to see you, man. Welcome into Sterling Stute. Says Asher Knives Contour Titanium S90V with hole Warncliffe and drop point is in stock. I got the notification emails and I hear that those are a really good deal. I'm well behind on reviewing an Asher knife. I need to make that happen. Sever7, what's up, man? He says Edgerati looks like a Rosie. All right. You know what? I was going to try to do this later, but we'll do it now. It's all the hype. We'll do it now. Spyderco Edgerati. If you didn't know, if you've been living under a rock and you're not connected to the Ethernet, this is the Spyderco Edgerati. I don't know if I could say that looks like a Rosie. I think that's a bit of a stretch. I like it. I don't think that that's a bad thing, by the way. I like the fact that Spyderco is doing this on something that's not G10 or FRN. When was the last time we saw Spyderco come out with anything that wasn't G10 or FRN and made in the US? Can someone with Google find out? I don't remember. I don't remember the last time that Spyderco did not come out with G10 or FRN on a flagship level model. And that's what I'm going to call this. Now, what this reminds me of is the skeletonized scales on the Rosie. And I think that might be what you're saying, because near the end of last year, Oz Machine Company came out with skeletonized handle scale designs. So in that regard, yes. Blade shape, not a chance. I'm pretty sure that's what you meant, though, on the handle skills, right? I know that this is not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but I like it. The Edgerati is getting all the attention, but you know what people are going to go bananas over is the Sage 6. the Spyderco Sage 6, and you're going to see why here in a second. Did you know we've been begging, we've been pleading with Spyderco, please, if you make another button-operated knife, we will buy it. Please, take our money. We're giving you, and for years, Spyderco said, no. How about just no? Well, we're finally getting what we've begged for. I don't know how hard you have to beg a company to take your money, but apparently Spyderco is really into that kind of thing. What do they call that? Isn't that like a, you know what? I'm not going to go there. I was going to say, isn't that like a kink? We're not going to go there. Just take my money. Here it is, guys. The Sage 6, a button release compression lock. Are they just coming up with new trademark names just out of nowhere? Because that is a new, or is it the button release and then the compression lock is still the trademark? Either way, it's the same thing that we get on the Spyderco Smock, which has been successfully duplicated in, many Vosteeds that we all love. Anyways, is anyone else looking at this like 400 MSRP? Are you out of your mind? It's just the MSRP. Calm down. No one's going to pay that unless they're really desperate. No one pays as MSRP. Maybe that'll be the title of my next live stream. Nobody pays MSRP. Anyways, S90V Sprint Run button operated compression lock. That's cool. But it does have a wire clip.
Epic fail.
I will tolerate a wire clip if you make me. For as long as it takes for me to get a wire clip replacement in the... I will tolerate it if you make me. And only because it still functions well. There's no reason why they should have a wire clip on it. I know some of you guys are like, I love a wire clip. Good for you. It shouldn't be on an expensive knife. Anyways, everyone's talking about the Edera. Nobody's talking about the Sage 6, but they should, because this is significant historically. It's the first non-Spyderco smock made by Spyderco that is going to have a button-operated compression lock. Just 3 years late. 4 years late. We've been asking for it for a while. Anyways, the Edera is what's on everybody's mind. That's what everyone's talking about. S30V, skeletonized aluminum scales, deep clip point. Look at that. Big old 50/50 finger choil. I bet it's a cutting monster. And the same, why do they do this? It's one of the few things I don't like about the Shaman is their whole, let's do a completely different clip for no reason. Is that clip necessary with that's the same clip as the Shaman. And I think the Tenacious and a few others. They should have just done the traditional 3-hole clip. But at least it's not a wire clip. Rips Garage Tech makes a great Shaman clip that will probably also fit that. Just a heads up. And I think the first thing I would do is replace the clip. Anyways. M. King says, those were my feelings about it. I will stick with my Shaman. Over the Bodacious? Yeah. So Ian says, what's the price on the Edera? So the MSRP, which again, no retailers are going to list it at MSRP, is $330. Expect these to start somewhere around the $220 to $230 range, according to the Instagram post that I saw that was going over the new Spyderco release. So MSRP is $330. MAP, which is manufacturer advertised price, should be somewhere around $230. So it should be less expensive than the Bodacious right out of the gates. Ian says, what's the best retailer for Spyderco? NC Blade, GP Knives, Knives ship free. If you can get it at White Mountain Knives, it's always good because they do free shipping and they don't charge taxes because they're in New Hampshire. Knives ship free, also no taxes, free shipping. Those are I like that. GP knives I've seen have a good selection of Spydercos. All of the above. The answer is anywhere that's going to have it in stock long enough for you to press add to cart. That's the answer. Lone Star says Artisan Cutlery new steel ARSF2. The SF could stand for spray form. Yeah, it could. That's a good observation for sure. All right, guys, I am way behind on the chat, so I apologize. We're trying to catch up. What's up, Randy? Good to see you, man. Thanks for being a channel member. Hold on. Ed B says, yep, Roll has ruined Wednesdays. I'm sorry. I missed them too. For the record, I missed them too. But I've been really enjoying the content that I've been able to create lately. I feel like I've already started initiating my master plan of increasing the quality of the content. And when I say quality, I don't necessarily mean camera quality. I mean, can this get any better? The answer is yes. All jokes aside, I mean, like, the entertainment factor, I feel like, has gotten better within the first couple weeks of the year. You guys can let me know if you agree or not. But that's what I'm using the extra time to do, is have the ability to create better content, better regular content. But for the record, I also do miss Wednesday lives already. Hey, shout out to Mike and Ike's EDC. Says I missed the Wednesday live streams. Man, at this pace, you guys are just going to force my hand back to Wednesdays. Hey, that's right, man. Smash that like button, guys. Let YouTube know that we're live, baby. Sever7 says, at the very least, they share the same design catalog. I asked Katsu, and Katsu said no. Yeah. No, they both work with Sakura, what's it called? Sakura Nemoto, which is a very, very well-known Japanese designer. You know what? Let's go. Let's go to North Mountain Blade real quick. Because I asked them about it specifically, and they said no. Nemoto knives. It's these. So this one right here specifically looks very, very close, like extremely close to a Katsu knife. They're not the same company though, because I asked them about this specifically, and they said that they're very close because both Katsu and North Mountain Blade collaborate with Sakura Nemoto. And now I have to know, is Sakura Nemoto like the Chris Reeve of Japan? I don't know. But if Katsu says no and North Mountain Blade says no, you know, 2 no's equal a no. Anyways. And then this one right here, like, they list this one specifically as a Katsu knife, or as a Katsu folding hatchet. So they're not trying to take any credit for that. Speaking of Sakura Nemoto, like, I'm not the biggest fixed blade guy, but I desperately want to get my hands on one of these fixed blades. Like, that's beautiful. Oh, it's gorgeous. Have you ever seen a fixed blade? As a folding knife guy, if you're a folding knife guy, have you ever seen a fixed blade that made you reconsider? Like, you know what? Maybe my knife doesn't need to fold after all. Maybe I'm okay with this. ZDP 189, ceramic carbon fiber. It's a Sakura Nemoto design. I really want one of these. Like, I'm not a big fixed blade guy. This one makes me want it. In a bad way. Like, I might have to buy one. Anyways, people see this guy right here and they assume that North Mountain Blade is the same as Katsu. They have assured me that they're not. I believe them. Kevin Smith and Knives, good to see you, man. Thanks for being a channel member and welcome in. M King says, I feel like a failure. I've stopped carrying all my Spydercos because I hate the clips. Plus the Lynch clip gets quite expensive if I want to replace all my clips. I feel that. I will say this. There are great replacement clips out there that don't cost a ton. And I'll show you a few. I actually have several Spyderco. I routinely replace my Spyderco clips, so I understand. First, let's go over to Lynch Northwest. And I can showcase, this is their latest modular clip. It's not cheap. It's not cheap for a pocket clip. It is a 3D milled titanium modular clip. So these go for somewhere in the realm of around $60 to $70. Then if you're trying to replace a wire clip, same deal with this 3D milled pocket clip. 3D milled titanium is not cheap, made in the US, guys. Also $70. However, hold on. This is a regular Lynch Northwest titanium clip. I do like it. It functions better than the stock Spyderco clip. You can get it anodized, also made here in the US. These are like $25, right? And then if you don't like that, hold on. Where is it? I've got way too much crap on my desk. I'm trying to find it. MXG also makes a regular titanium clip replacement that's like $25, $30. It's official. I have way too much crap on my desk. Anyways, so you can get a good clip replacement that functions really well for like $25 or $30. Lynch Northwest has, hold on, we're going to look at all of them. I was thinking about doing an episode on this, by the way, clip replacements. I don't know if that's something that people would actually watch. Maybe I should do it. So yeah, look at these. Like you can get these for a Spyderco McBee. You can get the 3D milled with the cutout, or with like the with the milling, or with the flat top. This is probably the most common clip that I've seen. $27, titanium. You know, you can get it anodized, ice blue anode. They call it $30. You know, for anode. I'm just saying. It's a good option. Another good one that I really like is MXG, also made in the US. They didn't used to be super clear on this, but they are now. Look at that. Made in the USA, baby. Hassle-free returns, lifetime warranty. And yeah, this is the clip. I've got multiple of these. $25. Like, come on. $25. And I love this clip. As far as a spoon clip or a bent clip is concerned, I probably do like this a bit better than I do the Lynch Northwest clip. Not because of function or anything. They both function really well. I just think that it looks better. I think it's also a little bit shorter too. A little bit thicker on the material and very competitive on that price. You can get it in black powder coating. You can get it in blue, bronze, or plain. Yeah, really love the way that these look. All right. Here's an example. If I can get it to focus. Love the way these look. Love the way they feel in the hands. This one's on my paramilitary too. And it's a great optional add-on. You know, if you don't want to splurge the $60, $70 for the 3D milled titanium clip, you can do that. And it won't feel like you're sacrificing anything. If you can tell, I have a modded Spyderco problem. Now they're all over my desk. Anyways. I think you could also get... do they also do milled clips for Spyderco? I think they do. They do. Is that a milled clip? I don't know. We will filter by, why is it doing this? Price high to low. Yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, and that's very reasonable for a 3D milled clip. Check this out. So if you want a 3D milled clip, here you go. That will definitely help with the ergos. Not deep carry, of course, but check that out. 3-hole Spyderco clip design. This is going to be a really good option for people who like to send their knives in for Cerakote work or for custom anno work. There you go. 3D milled, $45. That is stupidly fair. Stupidly fair. MXG, you should sponsor me. I'm just kidding. But seriously, I might have to pick one of those up just to check it out. That's really cool. Anyways, Nick says that is absolutely hideous. I'm so far behind on the chat. I have no idea what you're referring to. I'm going to assume the Edera. We'll go back there. Spyderco Edera. I'm assuming this is what you're talking about. Give it a little bit of time. They'll come out with, like, all these scale makers will come out with their scales for this, and I guarantee someone will make something that looks awesome. Hopefully it's Barclay CNC. Lone Star says, does the Edera come in men's sizes as well? I don't think this is... How big is this? It's 8.2 inches. That's a full-size knife. What are we talking about? 3.5 inch blade, 8+ inch, almost 8.25 inches long, full-size knife. Yeah, I would say that is a men's size. Nick says, I am offended that you made me look at that. Look, Spyderco is famous for making knives that don't look traditionally great, but change people's minds summarily after you have a chance to use them. For things like good ergos, good cutting ability. It's amazing how when a tool functions really well, it can change someone's opinion. Says, I like it, and it's not a copy. It's reminiscent of a Rosie. Ian says, what kind of lock is it, though? It's going to be a compression lock. Yeah. Yeah, you can see it right there. It's a compression lock. All right. I need to catch up. Hold on. Hey, shout out to Brad Break Spear. Says, much love from North Carolina. Hey, man, thank you so much for the $20 super. Super generous of you. I definitely appreciate it, man. And right back at you, right here from Denver. Sever7 says, North Mountain used to have DLC modern traditionals, kind of like Jack Wolf. Haven't seen them in forever. So North Mountain Blade used to do a lot of custom work. They stopped doing as much custom, like, handmade stuff. Now they're working out of their factory more. Ian says, speaking of fixies, anyone see the stiff nip? The Devo stiff nip? Yes, I have. I don't know where I can find it, though, without going to Instagram. I might have to go to Instagram. All right, hang on. Ian says, I thought the Chris Reeve knives of Japan was Rockstead. Fair point. But who at Rockstead would be the Chris Reeve? That's my point. Like, we all know who Chris Reeve of Chris Reeve Knives is. But who's the Chris Reeve of Rockstead? Does that make sense? It made sense in my head. Laid Off Pete says, roll. Oh, by the way, welcome in, man. Thanks for being a channel member. He says, roll, but for $6 shipping a clip? Come on, man. Ship it in a small envelope, pass the savings on to me. It sounds good until it never arrives. And I learned this when I did my limited edition sticker packs. I shipped them out in, greeting card envelopes. It's super lightweight. They were just stickers, right? At least three or four people. Like, I had to ship out extra packs to 3 or 4 people because there was a small amount of people that just didn't get them. So it sounds good until you don't get what you paid for at all. And $6 shipping is actually pretty fair. I go through, for anybody out there who ships stuff a lot, check out Pirate Ship. The lowest price that I've been able to get on shipping for shipping something under a pound, like let's call it like even something when I'm shipping like 8 ounces, an 8-ounce package still costs somewhere in the realm of $5 to $6 to ship. And that's direct cost. That's not counting, handling time. So these businesses have to pay people to, grab the order, put it in a box, tape it, and then, ship it off, right? So that doesn't cover handling. That's just the cost of shipping for the shipping label. So $6 is pretty much their cost on shipping. I guarantee it. So it is what it is. Should they just roll it into the price, call it $30 and free shipping? Maybe. The Pond says, what are the odds that on Blade HQ or Casey pre-order actually fulfilling? I don't know, man. Hey, shout out to Ian Coates, channel member for 5 months. Says, almost half a year now. Where's my Mezcal Marg? I want one. Where's mine? Maybe that would help. Screw throat coat. Give me a Mezcal margarita. Dan Stan says, I'm really enjoying my Vosti Mink XL super good EDC fixie. Yeah, they did a great job on the Mink. Really, really good one. I kind of want to replace the tech lock clip thing on it with some pull the dot loops. Makes it a more slender carry on the belt if you like to do horizontal carry. He says it's going to take him a decade to get my milestone. I got there eventually. He says stop being logical. I'm a logical creature. With that being said, let's go ahead and pull up the pocket checks of the day. So I carried 2 knives today. This one, which is my Franken Sprint Para 3. I love this knife. And then the other one being this guy right here. This is the Kickstop Chop. Already went over it. Review coming soon. It's so good. It's so good. Let's see what everybody else carried today. We're going to scroll up till we get to the very first one. All right. I think here we are. I think. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. First one is Drinkwater. He's got the Medford. Oh, I always forget the name of this one. But of course, he also has the little native Warncliffe. Circular Scales carrying a benchmade Adamas. Or is that the mini Adamas? Hard to tell without something for comparison. With some applied weapons tech scales. Very cool. All right. TC Blades. Very nice, man. He's got the mini growler. I approve. Very cool. Kaleidoscope of Knives. He's got the Null Knives Voodoo, the bestech Sin, and then the RR Standard. Or is that the Station? I need to check out one of these, by the way. I do need to get my hands on one. I've heard nothing but good things. All right. TC Blades with the Concept Deadite. And the Mini Growler. In camo carbon fiber. Yeah, that's sick. Love camo carbon fiber. Let's go. All right. The Ponds. Got just a few knives to carry. Just a few. Let's see. Concept Main Street. Spyderco Dragonfly. Spyderco Pokey. Naf's Lander. I'm not sure what bird this is. I see a civivi banter. Civivi baby banter. 2 banters. Yeah, there's 2 banters. And then there's one back here that I can't really see. I think that's a Vosteed Acorn. Am I right? Did we get a Vosteed Acorn way back here? I'm just judging based off of this hole that I see through this other hole. Okay, so let's count them. 1, 2, 3 Banters, a Naf's Lander, Spyderco Pokey, Spyderco Dragonfly, Concept, Main Street, and then this bird, which is a budget Spyderco that I am not familiar with, and a Vosteed Acorn. I think out of all of those, I think I only missed one. All right. Dazed with the Sparrow Strix. Heard on the Instagram that Sparrow is going to do another production run of the Strix. So if you are like me and you were kicking yourself for not getting in on the Sparrow Strix, you have an opportunity to set things right, because he's heard the community loud and clear, and due to the high demand, there will be another production run of the Sparrow Strix. I recommend going to the Sparrow Knife Works or Sparrow Blade Works. Greg's shop is going to do another production run. Follow him on Instagram. I guarantee you he'll have updates there. Let's see what Rainey's got. Very nice. Look at all of these Lynch Northwest clips. Modified paramilitary 2s. And a couple pair of 3s. So we got 3 pair of 3s, 4 paramilitary 2s. Very cool. I really like that scale. Is that a carbon fiber scale on that green one? I think that's Toxic or Jungle Wear. Fat carbon. Very nice. Very nice. I like it. Let's see. Mark P's got the Demko 8020.5. That's an 8020.5. Very nice. David V with the Tri-Stash. I knew it was only a matter of time before we got some Tri-Stashes in here. Fish bag. We've got the Cold Steel Voyager. I'm not sure about this one right here. Not sure about that. CMB. Mangana Steel Kaimano. And benchmade Barrage. Man, I'm like 2 for 4 on that one. Jeremy Nidro, he's got the Spyderco Tenacious. He's got the Flightanium Arcade, and I'm not positive on this fixed blade down there. I'm okay with that. I'm not the biggest fixed blade guy. Rebel Rouser with the that's a Jack Wolf, couple Jack Wolf knives. We've got the Feel Good Jack and the Limoncello over here. And then over here, this one is it's not the Sharpshooter, it's the Gunslinger, right? Right? Jack Wolf knife Gunslinger? Pretty positive. Nick T with the Custom Knife Factory Evo. One of these days, I'm going to get one of those. All right, see Kevin Smith with the TRM Atom, the TRM Neutron, the Axon, the Vero Axon, the Quiet Carry Drift, large, and the Quiet Carry. That's not the Wayfarer, is it? Might be. Laid Off Pete with the Mini Growler, and of course, he's got one of these guys. The Porcupine. Love the Vosteed Porcupine. Freddie G, he's got, that looks familiar. It's not a hypercut, right? I don't know. Anyways, guys, if you're wondering where we're at, this is the members only Discord. Channel members have access to the members only Discord. You can post pocket checks. You can hang out and chat. You can post about your new knife day. And if you got knives to sell, you can take advantage of the knife yard sale as well. Let's see what's good in here. Mr. Eddie's got some. He's got, let's see, what does he have for sale? He's got a Peña Alacran, the Peña Mula, the TRM Shadow, the Kunwu S-Tau, the Wii Elementum, Spyderco Drunken, Boker 2022 Jan's Onso Collection M390 300, the PMP Ares to your Shuriken, Arcform Theory, and a bunch of other stuff. This is a great place if you just want to do some knife swaps with other channel members and members of the community. That's pretty cool. Kaleidoscope Knives also was selling some stuff. That was about a week ago. I'm not sure if any of this is still available or not, but he had the nip, the fireball, or take both for $240. You can get a nip and a fireball for $240. Damn. Good deals. Good deals. All right. Back to the chat. I have a feeling I'm missing a lot, so hang on. While I catch up with the chat. Alrighty. See Kobe, good to see you. He says, carrying my awesome crew card of PM2 for work tonight. That's a great carry. You can never go wrong with the Spyderco, especially if you're carrying it specifically to be used. Dan Stan says, I may have to pick up the regular mink sometime down the road. I like extra length and the blade shape. Damn, Mink XL worked really good as a kitchen knife as well. It's like you show up at the steakhouse and their steak knives are dull. You just pull out your fixed blade. You're like, no, I got this. I got this. Come back when your steak knives are sharpened. It says, carrying the Kubi Koas this evening, and this morning was in rocking the Petrified Fish Trilobite. Solid budget blade. Very happy with them both. Petrified Fish does great work. Rebel Rouser says, hell yeah, wanting a Sparrow Strix. Me too. Don't cart snipe me. Fred the Lug, good to see you, man. So I put a name at the top of my post. I missed it, didn't I? Hold on. I'm scrolling up. I'm scrolling up as fast as I possibly can. Hang on. I probably already scrolled past it too. I definitely did. Hey, Renee Ramon, nice carry, man. He's got the Salt Edition Spyderco Mannix. Mannix 2, sorry. New knife day, thanks to Tri-State for the giveaway. Oh, you won. Congrats, man. That's awesome. Forwarded. It says you said that you put the name at the top of your post, but I don't see it. I don't see it. It just says forwarded. Hey, shout out to the Night's Edge. He says, well. Lurking and learning a new editing program since CapCut is apparently owned by TikTok. It is also a Chinese spy. Oh, man. I have a TikTok. I'll be honest, I put minimal effort into it. I just did pocket checks and, put some music to it. And I got 1,000 followers by doing very little effort. Some people really depend on TikTok, and for them, I'm assuming that they're sweating it out right now because TikTok is getting shut down, I think tomorrow, right? Will President Trump bring back the TikTok? I have no idea. It's not my primary platform. I feel bad because I did start to get into it and I considered putting more effort in, but knowing that the TikTok ban was coming, why put in more effort on a platform that you might not even be able to use very soon? Anyways, let's see here. What else is new? While we're here, might as well see if there's been any action on DLT. Any cool new drops we need to be made aware of? The attention to detail Mark II small in stock, not a shocker. New Jack Wolf knives after hours in stock, not a shocker. And the TRC knives purple and black urban tactical. Dead Reckon Ridgebacks. So this blows me away. You guys remember a time not too long ago when these were not in stock at all and they drop and sell out in seconds. The Hinderer XM18 Wharncliffe. I love how they advertise no choil. Like, that's a selling point. The one that I want has the choil. It's a no flipper. Although I do want a Wharncliffe version. I want the Wharncliffe no flipper. The choilful. Is that a word? Choilful. That's so awkward to say. How do you want your knife? Choyfully. Kevin Smith and Knife says, already shut down TikTok. Oh, did they? So if I try to go to it on my phone, can I go to the talk? Ah. You can't read it. It says, sorry, TikTok isn't available right now. A law banning TikTok has been enacted in the US. Unfortunately, that means that you can't use TikTok. We are fortunate that President Trump has indicated he will work with us on a solution to reinstate TikTok once he takes office. Stay tuned. Oh, wait, I've got a sound effect for that. All right. We'll see, guys. We'll see. We'll see. You know, like I'm not that invested in TikTok. There's so many short form style social media platforms that do the same thing. Like there's YouTube Shorts. There's Instagram Reels. I'm not feeling the hurt. It's not a primary platform for me. Do I hope they bring it back? I'm apathetic. I don't care. What I think would be really cool is if they reset all the US content creators to 0. And so everyone had to start from 0. That could actually be kind of fun. I would do that. It says, yeah, TikTok is dark. Sorry to those of you who invested a lot of time into it. I know some people did. I know some channels put a lot into it. Hundreds of thousands of followers, you know, even millions of followers, even for knife content creators, which is crazy to me. But it is what it is. It says, why don't they shut down AliExpress and Temu? They seem worse. I don't know. I don't know why they had to shut down TikTok. Dan says, I wonder if Kunwu is going to do another run of the Stiffy P. I really, really want that little fixie. If they do, I'm going to make it happen somehow before they run out. I wasn't a huge fan of that one, to be honest, personally. Take my opinion on fixed blades with a grain of salt because I do not do a whole lot of fixed blade stuff. Renee says, Roll, any recommendations on scales for Manix 2 lightweight other than original goat? You know what? I don't have a Manix 2 lightweight. I've looked into a fair amount of scales though. Let's do some shopping. Let's do some scales. Let's see what's out there. I know Applied Weapons decks. They always do good stuff. All right. So this is a really clean design, and something that's cool about, excuse me, I'll clear this. Something that's cool about Applied Weapons Tech, or AWT, is that they do lightweight scale, and at least on their Para 3 lightweight, they provide an extra washer, right? So the extra washer is something that's missing on the Para 3 lightweight. They provide it on their scales. $100, you get aircraft grade aluminum, 6061 aircraft grade aluminum, completely linerless. I don't know how that's possible given that the lock is, well, no, they could do that on a Manix 2. Never mind. It's not a compression lock. Completely linerless is cool. Truly lightweight. Laser engraving. You can do topo map. What does that look like? They're not cheap, but they are American made. Oh, okay. That's their topo. Nifty. I don't know if I would, spend an extra $10 on it, but it is nifty. New washers, set of 2. Very cool. Deep carry wire clip. No. I don't want a wire clip. Need light spring kit. See, that's cool. That's just cool. They give you a lot of options here. Very well done. So yeah, if if it doesn't need to be titanium, here you go. Applied Weapons Tech. Absolutely. These always this company always comes highly recommended. So that would probably be my recommendation too. Let's see. Flytanium. Do they do a lightweight? I don't think so. Yeah. Rockscale. I don't think Rockscale does the lightweight models. Limited runs. Do they have any of those listed right now? No, they do not. Military 2, Bodacious. Mannix 2, but not the lightweight. Yeah, I'm going to say at this point I'd go with Applied Weapons Tech. If you're trying to avoid original GOAT, go with Applied Weapons Tech. Nobody else is coming to mind. Dan Stan says, I totally agree on wire clips. They suck and are totally butt ugly in my opinion, which doesn't mean much either. Look, it's all personal opinion, right? You know, and I accept that my opinion is not the end all be all of anything. It's just my opinion. Wire clips function really well. And the people that love wire clips only care about their functionality, which is great. You know, you don't worry about putting scratches on wire clips. You don't worry about, you know, the ripping up of your jean pockets. Most wire clips don't suck on the ergos that bad. So they function really well. It just bothers me. It feels like a cop-out when we have like a $400 knife with a wire clip. A good example of this is the Spyderco swish buoy, which I love the swish buoy. I mean, obviously I overpaid for it too, but I also bought a clip replacement. So the best thing is if you don't like the clip on a Spyderco, just replace it. That's one of the big reasons why it's not a deal killer for me. Oh, you want a milled clip? Somebody makes a milled clip for Spyderco. You want a bent clip, just a different style? You can do that. There's so many options. Hey, shout out to Delaney. What's up, man? Good to see you. He says, I love them. Reasonably priced for linerless scales. Hey, shout out to B Devious. Good to see you, man. Welcome in. He says a lot of milling involved in making them, which brings the price up to $100. And they're made in the US, which isn't cheap either. Jim says it's cheap to replace a wire clip too. Yeah, I mean, unless you go with one of these guys. Like this is a $70 clip from Rip's Garage Tech. It's the Spyderco Techno wire clip replacement. I like it. One thing that I do want to mention to people is that this Rip's Garage Tech wire clip replacement does not give you a whole lot of clearance. So keep that in mind. Ed B says, since the differences between S35VN and S45 are minor compared to S30V, are they still super steels? My favorite out of the three, out of S30V, S35VN, and S45VN is S45VN. S45VN is effectively, it performs almost identically to LMAX. Now, something that people get twisted all the time, and maybe I need to do a Chris Reeve knife steel comparison steel snobs at some point. I was actually considering that. People assume that S30V having better wear resistance, notice how I didn't say edge retention, having better wear resistance than S35 or S45 means that it will have better edge retention. That's not true. If you don't believe me, go to the Cedric and Ada channel, check the description of any of his cut test videos for a Google Doc. It's one that I refer to all the time. And you can actually compare S45VN against S30V. And guess what? even though the wear resistance is higher on S30V than it is on S45VN, the extra toughness that you get out of S45VN actually allows for better, longer lasting cutting. Is it a marginal improvement? Honestly, I think that if you want better toughness, you go with S45. If you want better corrosion resistance, you go with S35. And if you want better wear resistance, you go with S30. But S30V, I'm getting lost in the weeds here. For all of the above, S45 is a super steel. S30 and S35VN are not. Purely opinion based. Purely opinion based. Edgy American, what's up, man? Good to see you. He says there are companies making a living making parts for Spyderco, so you can have it any way you want. Oh, absolutely. Barclay CNC, Rock Scale Design, Lynch Northwest, MXG Gear. There's so many. Sharp Dress Knives. If you want some really good carbon fiber, check it out. Sharp Dress Knives. That's who made these scales. This is the dark matter red fat carbon fiber. It's gorgeous. Sharp Dress Knives does some amazing work. And not just on Spydercos either. Let's see, Para 3, Shaman, Smock, Military 2. Let's see what he's got for the Shaman. Ooh. Hello. See, those are just nice. Out of stock, of course. $140. Not cheap. Not cheap. Let's see, the Para 3. Wow, $160 for these copper marbled carbon fiber. Yeah, there's a lot of good companies out there. Lone Star says, perhaps premium steel is a better form of nomenclature for those steels. Absolutely. Look, it's not official. There's no official scientific definition of what makes a super steel. It's a hype term. It's a term that we use to describe steels at the pinnacle, right? Steels at the pinnacle. I wouldn't classify S35 and S30 as super steels. A lot of people disagree with that. People make fun of me for that opinion, but I will plant my flag and die on that hill, and I already have. I have a whole video on it. But you're welcome to disagree. I would consider S30 and S35VN to be premium steels. Not bad steels, just not something that I want to spend a couple $100 on. Unless it's a shiny new Spyderco. Oh, the Edera is really going to push my buttons on that one. $230 is what they're estimating for the new Edera made in the US. It's a new design. If you're wondering, what's up with the double standard Rollshambo? You say that you don't want to spend more than $150 on S30V because it's a premium steel and it should be available at a less expensive price tag. Right. It's relevant because it's a new Spyderco design made in the US. And it's the first time that Spyderco, that I remember, at least in my memory, that Spyderco is doing aluminum scales and not FRN or G10. That makes it highly relevant and something that I desperately want to check out. B. Devious says, MC's Hinderers, I drank his Kool-Aid and it's not for me. Unfortunately, I haven't tried the 3-inch, but my XM18 3.5 and 20 CV with the $200 tie scale totally sucks in my opinion. My most hated expensive knife. I've got the 3-inch. I don't have a 3.5-inch, and I love it. Honestly, I do. I think it's a badass knife, but I would say this. I think that the scales need to be like $150. Why are they $200 for a tie scale? I don't know. It's the hinderer tax. But I love it. I have the 3-inch harpoon tanto. Here we go. This is mine. 3-inch harpoon tanto in battle blue with the matching battle blue titanium scale. And I love this knife. I really do. I really, really do. I get a full 4-finger grip behind the flipper. You can trigger pull it as well. Action is really good. You know, when I compare it against something like this, shout out to my buddy Knife Dope for lending this to me. This is my McNeese PM Mac 2. This is his. This is not mine. This is his McNeese PM Mac 2, right? Full titanium. Also a 3-inch knife. When I compare it to this, you know, these go for what? Like $500? $550? For the 3-inch guys? He's got an MXG deep carry clip on there. When I compare the two and I look at them side by side, more milling work has been done on this. It's more expensive, but more milling work has been done on it. But I do want to own one of these. I just want the bigger version of the McNeese. Content on this is going to be coming out at some point this next week. Keep an eye out for that. Anyways, I love my 3-inch harpoon tanto. I really do. Battle blue with the horse head tie scale. Yeah. It's a killer blade. If you like 3-inch folders, it's a killer blade. It's not going to be for everybody though. Edgy says, everyone has a personal metric on what's premium. Hell, 14C is a super steel if toughness is your thing, or if corrosion resistance is your thing. Something that I want to talk about with 14C, for anybody who might be newer and hasn't seen my video on 14C, which I might need to do an update on. I said that 14C 28N is a budget super steel because of its toughness and corrosion resistance. And for a number of people, a lot of people tell me in my Steel Snobs content, I don't care about edge retention. I want to be able to sharpen it. I don't want to have to sharpen Rex 121. I get it. I get it. I get it. Some people just want to be able to sharpen their knife easily. For those user abusers out there, you know, I'm talking about you know who you are. The person that uses the tip of their knife like a flathead screwdriver. I know you're out there. 14C is the perfect steel for you because it's extremely tough. It's one of the toughest steels. You could throw it in the pond, fish it out, forget to dry it off, and the next morning it probably still wouldn't be rusted. 14C is an amazing steel. And most of the time, 14C is done at 58 to 59 Rockwell, and it's accepted there. When it's cryo-treated, you actually do get better wear resistance too. When you get it cryo-treated at like 60 to 62, it's a different ball game. And something that a lot of people don't know is you can actually get powder metallurgy 14C. Most of the time it's ingot based, but you can actually get powder metallurgy based 14C, which I think is even cooler. He says, love your hinderer 3-inch with that scale. Me too, man. Like this is one of my favorite knives. It's a great carry. I've been considering doing a flipper delete on this guy. I haven't done it yet, but I've been considering it. This one was a splurge in 2024. I made it my goal last year to buy as many American-made knives as I could. I wanted to experience as much American-made knife design as possible. Hey, shout out to SC Rick. He says, for me, it's day and night between the 3-inch and the 3.5-inch. I want to get a 3-inch. The one that I want is actually available. I'll show you guys. Hold on. Let's do this. DLT. XM18 Bowie. Not the auto. Here it is. This is the one that I want to buy. working finish blue. So I want this guy, the Bowie, super aggressive, flippered elite. So extra choke up spot. I don't care about that show scale. I'd have to get a replacement scale, but they're not cheap, right? So it's not just $425. All of a sudden you have to add in the cost of the titanium scale. So let's do this XM18 titanium scale. Oh, that's the 3-inch. Hold on. XM18 scale. All right. G10. Price high to low because, you know, the ones we want are expensive. Ah, damn it. Sure, let's call it this. $225 to get the DLT version. Ugh. Blue anodized. I don't know how much I like that warthog finish. I don't know. It's not really my thing, the whole warthog thing. Like, I get it. I just want either the regular textured or the horsehead textured. I know that the other day I was just perusing and I noticed they actually had some horsehead scales on their website. I bet they're gone. They go fast. Oh, bang, there they are. Available right now. I can't believe they're still available. Normally these go super fast. The horsehead scales are even more expensive. They're $250. Where's the textured? I guess there's this one with the bronze. So we're talking $250 plus $425. Call it $675. That's what I paid for this guy after the horsehead scale. Ordered it directly from Rick Hinderer too. Love it. So that's why I don't have the 3.5-inch version, because it's another $675 right now. Edgy says, I don't care for Hinderer knives, but they're very well done. It just don't speak to me. I totally get it, man. And you know what? At $400 plus or whatever, I get it. If it doesn't speak to you, don't pay for that. Definitely. Lone Star says, for doing the devil's business, toughness reigns supreme. Oz 8, 8CR, Nitro V, 14C, 3V, 4V, and Magna Cut. Also 1095 Cryovan. Yeah, all great fixed blade steels too. I love some good 3V. 3V takes an amazing edge. If you do it at like sub 20 degrees per side. Edgy says, I'm not a Thai frame lock fan anyway. I know I'm weird. I just like tacos and big boobs. What? No, you can't come in here and start saying things. Certified badass. Wait, that was the wrong one. That was the wrong one. Let me find the right sound effect. It's around here somewhere. Epic fail. What do you mean? What do you mean you don't like big boobs and tacos? It's okay. We can still be friends. I just don't understand. All right, guys. X-Sailor says, roll Magna Cut versus S45. What's your take? Magna Cut's better steel. Magna Cut's a better steel. I love some good S45. But if we're talking, like, let me give you a scenario here. If we're talking S45 VN at 62 Rockwell and Magna Cut at 62 Rockwell, Magna Cut will outcut S45 VN. It is more corrosion resistant and tougher as well. So in all ways, shapes, and forms, as long as we're not talking about like Magna Cut at 59, if the Magna Cut is at least 62 Rockwell, it will outperform S45 VN in all levels. And I know a lot of people are tired of Magna Cut. They're like, it's just overdone. It's just a hype steel. It's a hype steel for a reason. It will outperform many, many, many steals in a lot of different ways, not just cut tests. But yeah, you know, side by side, both with a good heat treat. I love S45. I do. I have a lot of love for S45. Like I said, it performs almost identically to LMAX. I'll take MagnaCut over LMAX. I'll take MagnaCut over S45. Would I take it over Vanax Super Clean? I don't know. Maybe not. I really, really like some Vanax Super Clean. And I got to say, we're starting to see more knives in Vanax. Like, for example, this one is the Quiet Carry 9. Love this knife. This is one of those knives that I would classify as a potential one and done knife. Like, if you decided to get out of the knife hobby and you could only take one knife with you, you had to sell everything else. If you kept this, you'd be A-okay. You'd be A-okay. Made in Taiwan, C-swirl carbon fiber, contoured titanium, amazing action, good cutting geometry, great bevel, good steel. Like, this is a knife that could do it all for you. That's a very broad statement to make. Vanax Super Clean. Edgy says MagnaCut has the same vanadium content as M4. Both my hinderers are S45. Yeah, this one is too. This one's also S45. I like hinderer with S45 over MagnaCut, personally. Delaney says, the tacos I can understand, but this is a family channel. How dare you? B. Devious says S15V is greater than MagnaCut. I don't know anything about S15V. All right, guys. So I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm getting to the point of the night where water is just not going to fix my broken vocal cords. So I am going to go ahead and call it a night. I wanted to say thank you to everybody who joined in tonight. I know many of you are wishing that I would go back to 2 live streams a week. And we might. We very well might. Right now I'm working on getting content out. So for now, at least assume that it's still going to be only Saturdays at 8 p.m. If that changes, and again, it might, I will set an announcement out there, probably on my YouTube posts, also known as the YouTube community. If I do decide to go back to 2 a week early, I will also post that in the members only Discord. And I'd probably also talk about it in a live stream. So, more on that to come later. Otherwise, for now, assume that the next live stream will be in 7 days, a week from today, next Saturday at 8 p.m. Mountain, which is 10 p.m. Eastern, which is 9 p.m. Central, or 7 p.m. Pacific. I hope you can make it. If not, I totally understand. So for some of you guys, I'll see you soon. For everybody else, we'll see you later.